reason, our brains are really biased toward the first option presented to us.
Yeah.
Usually this means the upper left of your viewpoint, but for the drive-through, it's probably somewhere down here based on the view from your window. According to behavioral science, whatever option is presented first will be chosen way more often overall to a scary degree. This is called the primacy effect. And it's so powerful that multiple studies have shown that even on election ballots, the first candidate listed will receive extra votes just for being listed first, which is actually—
This happens on straw polls too. Like, even for straw polls, people are like, oh, I'm gonna just click the first one. People dumb as hell.
Led to some states requiring that they make randomization of like the ballot people mandatory. Ballot people. You know what I mean. But back to fast food menus. Knowing the primacy effect, fast food companies can nudge you into purchasing more profitable items just by showing you them first. Now, the next trick is also crazy simple, but extremely powerful. Starbucks was lagging behind in the drive-thru department, so they spent millions of dollars conducting behavioral research and analyzing their customers, hoping to increase sales. However many dollars of research later, the biggest discovery they made was the power of imagery. Seems obvious, but imagery—
Yeah, that's another thing with the digital menus. The digital menus have great pictures. Like, they're actually really good. And so it shows better pictures of what the food is. Because, like, y'all remember going to Wendy's back in the yellow Wendy's days? And it was, like, just this old, faded picture of, like, a Dave's double. And you could barely even tell, like, what the fuck is that? Now it's way better.
To sell food products. Way better than boring text on a board never could. So Starbucks now uses tempting imagery to draw your eyes to the most profitable items on their menu. If it's highlighted with the picture, you can bet it's making them money. I did some recon at a local Starbucks, and you can see they have a separate little board plugging in things that they really want you to see first. Again, on any fast food menu, pay attention to the items that are featured with large, attractive images. These pictures aren't just there to look cute, they're there to nudge you to buy more.
$6. Oh my God. Crazy.
These more profitable items. According to QSR Magazine again, these changes resulted in the drive-thru driving more than 50% of net sales for Starbucks in the last quarter.
There it is. Not surprised.
All these little behavioral hacks and tiny nudges have been tiny. They are clearly worth the investment for food companies.
No, anybody that plays games knows this shit. Like, you play PoE, you know this real well, right? It's like you put like a bunch of like 0.5 pieces together, and like suddenly now you're one-shotting bosses. Like 1%'s add up a lot.
I also feel like we can't leave this section without me mentioning the original fast food menu hack, the combo meal.
Oh yeah.
Originally invented by Burger Chef in the early 60s, the first combo meal was called the Triple Threat. And
look at the price. Coca-Cola is like, was that 15 cents? French fries is 23 cents. Hamburger is 23 cents. Double cheeseburger is 52 cents. That's... what the fuck? The $1 menu, yeah.
And included a burger, fries, and drinks for just 45 cents. Now, unfortunately for Burger Chef, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and the rest of them were able to run with their idea to the point that even though Burger Chef is now long gone, the combo meal lives on, has actually become synonymous.
And you can have, like, there's, like, chimera combos now, right? Because, like, you have, like, for example, Wendy's had, like, the 4 for $4 deal. So, like, you can make your own combo. They've even, like, evolved it farther.
Go to a fast food restaurant these days, you're probably ordering a combo meal. And most people, you don't even consider doing it. By combining these three things, fast food chains have made the burger, fry, drink grouping the default option. The upsell is now the main thing that everyone buys without even considering whether or not they're thirsty or whether or not they really want to fries with that. Defaulting bias.
See, like, I don't know. I remember whenever I was broke, like, I definitely would go and do that. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck. I had no problem. Like, I would just get the... Like, I remember there were sometimes, like, I would literally go there would be 2 fast food restaurants next to each other, and I knew all the prices, everything, right? I would go through one drive-through and order some things, and then go to the other drive-through and order the other things, so I could min-max the amount of food that I got for the money.
Most popular behavioral nudges employed by people and businesses trying to change your behavior.
Yeah.
People tend to optimal or remain with the default choice, even in the face of better options. The common deal but probably the most common one used by businesses is pre-ticking boxes for you. They make you opt in, the default, knowing that you're unlikely to opt out. The way these behavioral science techniques work is
I do feel like that would probably be like illegal. Like, especially for things whenever you consent to things. It's like assumed consent, right? I feel like assumed consent is a bad thing. Especially whenever you're talking about like privacy and like your data and your like information.
Bypassing your thinking mind and speaking directly toward the more automatic part of the brain. Meaning that plastic companies prefer to do the thinking for you. And they do so by appealing directly to the more impulsive side of the brain with behavioral science. The food companies haven't even gotten started yet. Technology is
they're gonna do it way more. Like, they're gonna have like AI and shit where they like change the prices dynamically. And like, I guarantee you, bro, like, this is if I was McDonald's or I was one of these places, I would find a fucking way to automatically detect the type of car that somebody is driving and then dynamically price things based off of the type of car they're driving. Because I bet if somebody's driving a 2024 fucking Mustang or like, some brand new Lexus, you could get them to pay an extra $1 for a hamburger whenever somebody pulls in there with the 1998 beater. Just give them the $1 drink and then maybe they'll come back later anyway. Like, yeah, you can scan the card. That's a good fucking idea. I bet they should do that. Stop giving them ideas. Yeah, they should do that. Like, I've got, bro, if McDonald's wants to hire me, I'll take that 39% obesity and we'll try and get that on good. We'll try to go all the way. Get the hat.
Revolutionizing the way digital menu screens.
I'd like to raise a toast to the freedom that money can't buy.
In 2019, McDonald's spent more than $300 million buying a company that specializes in AI suggestive selling on the order screen at their drive-thrus.
Smart.
What is this dynamic menu really going to offer?
It's really going to, I think, a way to try to get you to buy more food, which is
wow. Who would have never guessed? That's great. So the thing that McDonald's is doing is to get you to get more food. What the fuck? Are you serious? Thank God we got the expert on here to tell us this.
Wants to do.
Currently,
that's crazy.
This new AI technology has mostly been used to leverage historical sales data and local weather and traffic patterns in order to predict and pitch.
We're happy you're here. Like, you know what I really fucking hate is like these companies that try to pull on your heartstrings. Like, it's like the McDonald's wants to be like your happy place. It's like the treat yourself mentality. It's like, it works too, though. No, I bet it does, right? I do. I bet it does work, but it's still so it's so fucking cringe to me.
The add-on items that are most likely to be chosen at that particular time and day. For example, the digital menu could quickly switch to suggesting ice cream or a frosty drink on a hot day, or warmed baked goods and hot drinks on a cold day.
Which, by the way, is again, like, we talk about. There's a lot of conversation about like marketing techniques, and generally the conversation ends at the point where the marketing technique is determined to be bad, right? Like ethically, morally bad, or in some form or another. However, there are a lot of marketing techniques and a lot of sales techniques are ways that improve the customer experience and make it easier for the customer to know what they want. So I think this is a good example for that. Free donut with any, with any iced coffee purchase, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Oh, wow. This like tiny little 5-hour window that people probably, because you know what people do, right? Is they come over and they're like, oh, they show up on Saturday at 10 a.m. Oh, there's no donut. Well, in their head, I've already programmed myself to eat a donut today. So if I don't eat a donut today, my day's ruined. So I guess I'm going to have to buy the donut.
Tech to kind of customize this and get you to buy more.
That's how it is.
We know so much about who we are, where we are, especially if
That's how
you're
it
using
is.
the app. So it's really kind of all about getting you to spend more money.
And again, seemingly tiny changes like this are extremely effective at driving sales.
Oh, yeah.
And thus getting you to tack on an extra 250 calories and $2 or $3 to your order. It's no surprise that within months, it was reported that this investment was already generating larger orders from their customers. But
Yeah, and like this is really the best thing about like really good marketing and really good sales is whenever psychological manipulation
Hello, friend.
and value add to the customer service experience converge. So
Hello,
like
friend.
basically it's best for you to exploit somebody and for them to ask you to do it. And I think that fast food restaurants have gotten really good at this. So have games.
this is just the beginning of the way AI and technology are helping to sell us more food. The next step, and the step
Yes.
that many are working on rolling out according to QSR, is leveraging your private personal data to pitch you an extreme...
Yeah, imagine they can read your license plate, and then they have a license plate registration thing where they have like everybody that's like a fucking customer there, and they can automatically sell you something. Like I bet they could do that shit. That would be such a good fucking idea. They could read that and then immediately like put the things up that you think that you would want. Oh man, that would be illegal. Yeah, they probably have to get around that somehow. But like, you know, a phone app, yeah, something like that. Yeah, drink the verification can. Yeah.
customized ways.
The final
AI
one,
and
yeah.
big data are, quote, providing opportunities for the food and beverage industry to influence customer behavior in ways that are more intelligent, immersive, and engaging than ever before. This paper, use of artificial intelligence to enable dark...
I bet another thing that I think they should do is they should have, like, whenever you buy the food... Would this be a good idea? I don't know. What would you guys think about this? If it showed you the order that the last person made. As, like, a way to, like, create, like, a... I think that would work. No? I don't know. If you're fat, if the other person's fat. Yeah, I could see that working sometimes. Some kind of stalking shit? No, no. It would be the idea that, like, so you know how, like, OnlyFans girls, like, will post videos or, like, post, like, pictures or screenshots of, like, a guy that's, like, gave them a bunch of money? The reason why is that the implication is that they're worth giving the money to. So would the fact that the previous person made a purchase there be an inclination to the same person to make another purchase? I don't know. I bet there's some way you could do that that would be a good idea.
by transnational food and
The
beverage
top 5 biggest orders? Yeah, I bet that would work.
Claims that according to internal documents, leading global food and beverage companies have been using AI to influence consumer behavior since as early as 2014. And some of their methods include...
Of course, like, everybody talks about, oh, AI is... There's all types of, like, shit like that that people have been figuring out for a long time. Of course. How? Because the way that AI is described now, like, AI is used as a term. Like, what's another term that's like AI? It becomes like an umbrella term for so many different things that NPC, deep learning, machine learning, yeah, there's that. Probiotic is probably another one. Random, yeah, algorithmic, random generation, blockchain. Yeah, a lot of these words are used, and they become like these buzzwords. People hear this, they're like, oh, wow, that's the word for the things that are new and that are special. That's what happens.
facial recognition, social listening, and license plate profiling. Multiple fast food restaurants are currently
I got some smart dudes over at that McDonald's, I'll tell you that. You got some smart dudes over there. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
trialing cameras in the lot that will read your license plate as you pull into
That's
the
right.
drive-thru. This
That's
is
a
called
fact.
automatic license plate recognition,
There it is.
or ALPR. This technology will allow McDonald's to serve you totally customized...
They have this, like, by the way, cops have this too, like, obviously. So, like, if you are playing hide and seek, you want to make sure the cop never pulls out in front of you, or sorry, behind you. Because, like, that's where they get you. Like, because, like, they pull in behind you, and then they read your plates, And so, like, always, anytime that you're somewhere, make sure that you see who's going to pull in behind you and that it's not a cop, so they don't read your plates.
AI-based food recommendations based on your license plate number. They'll be able to use data about your previous purchase information to help sell you additional items that you didn't intend on buying. In the future, the menu you see will be completely unique to you and your unique preferences, using your previous purchase data and so much more. Here's how
they'll use your fucking, like, a biometric data.
Could go down. It's 8:23 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and you're in the drive-thru line picking up a coffee from McDonald's before the workday begins. Just a coffee this morning, you think? But as you wait in line, the digital billboard beside your window quickly rolls over.
Hi, Jimothy. Who the fuck is Jimothy?
You normally just order a coffee, but you vaguely recall ordering a McGriddle and a hash brown on a Wednesday morning, just like this one about a month ago. Then it's finally your turn to pull up an order. You order your coffee, and the voice informs you that today there's a value deal just for you. You can get your coffee free if you purchase a McGriddle and a hash brown. At first you decline.
So they could give people, like, individual special offers? I wonder, like, for me, like, that would be really cool if they had that in a way. Because remember back, like, the old library, like, punch cards, where it's like, you know, if you buy 10 slushies, you get the 11th one free or something like that? Or, like, a sticker book? So, like, they could do that with the license plates, and then you could get free food every once in a while. Because, yeah, they have that with the app now, right? This feels like a legal gray area, most likely illegal. Well, here's the difference. So, it will be made illegal if it doesn't give people free stuff, but if it does give people free food, then it will not be illegal. It's pretty simple.
You continue placing your order, but McDonald's AI knows that just by asking you one more time, they are 11% more likely to make the sale. So the AI prompts you again, and this time you think, what the heck? And boom, McDonald's has turned your $1 coffee order into $6, and you've just eaten 800 unplanned calories. Personalizing the menu board is going to allow fast food.
And I have to go back and say what I said at the beginning. Quit being a fucking hog. Unplanned calories. I haven't finished the bag of beef jerky. It's because I haven't eaten it. Like, just don't eat the food. Like, if you're eating a lot of food, I understand that McDonald's has psychological tricks. And, like, some of those might need to be regulated. But just stop eating. Because every single person, every single day, exercises a tremendous amount of self-control. Because for every McDonald's that they go to, they don't go to the Taco Bell. They don't go to the Dunkin' Donuts. They don't go to the Wendy's. Or they go to one of those instead. So every single time that a person sees an advertisement, it's not like mind control, where I have to buy it, I need it, I have to go there right now. That's not how it works. The truth is that if you buy something like this, you are already exercising discretion even inside of your purchase decision. So at a certain point, people need to be held accountable for bad decisions that they make. And I don't think that it's fair to blame McDonald's for pricing things in a way that's convenient for customers, that is also beneficial for them, and people lacking self-control as a reason to blame them for it. This is a personal choice that you make as an individual. It's not their fault. You're witless. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it's like at a certain point, like, how many guardrails and protections do we need to put up in society for people that don't have any self-control to avoid them ruining their own lives? Because, like, to me, like, I think that it's important to make sure that, like, you have rules for bad actors. But, for example, like, changing the menu based off of what you've previously ordered, I don't really think that's a big deal. If the person's consented to it ahead of time. Because, like, if they hadn't, then it's like, you know, probably a privacy violation in some way, or at least it should be. So what's really the problem here? So I just think that people need to exercise a lot more of their own free will. I don't know if I agree, because I look alike, or it makes sense for other obese people. I know it doesn't. Well, like, there's never a time where Ronald McDonald grabs your car and puts your car in the drive-thru. You drive your car over there. You're taking your car and you're putting your car in the drive-thru. So what is the problem here? Just don't do it. I think that we have a huge problem in our culture with people skirting personal accountability. I think that people are clamoring, clawing, trying their best to figure out some way that they can displace personal responsibility onto some other actor other than themselves because of their own personal lack of self-control. And I think that it's becoming a big problem.
Companies so much precision and marketing to people. Rather than guessing at the add-ons that you're most likely to buy like they do now, fast food companies will be able to use data about you to pitch things that you specifically are most likely to buy, making it much, much more likely that you will increase.
And this is, of course, how Amazon works. This is how everything works. That's why you have cookies in like browsers, is so they can recommend things to you that they think that you would like. Fast food is just one element of that.
Or size. Now, the license plate thing is one way to store and track your personal data, but it's really only the tip of the iceberg. The future of the drive-thru is dystopian if we all don't learn to act less impulsively. Or
that's
drive-thrus.
See, that's fucking exactly. Learn to act less impulsively. That's the fucking solution right there. Stop eating so much fucking food.
That's an option too. Because the future of the drive-thru and fast food in general is apps. You can tell this by how hard they're working to get you to download them. McDonald's has them taking up prime real estate all over their menus and ad campaigns, which indicates that the app is extremely valuable to them.
There was this one time I was at Taco Cabana and this guy came up to me and he wanted my receipt so he could put my receipt information into his app so he could get closer in order to get the next free taco. And he spent 10 minutes after that talking to me about how good the app is for Taco Cabana and how much free stuff he got with it. I think they should pay him. And then after he got done talking to me about that, he pulled up his YouTube channel, and it was a YouTube channel about the Earth being flat. And we had a conversation about flat Earth for a good, 20, 30 minutes or so.
These fast food apps pack a lot into them, but their main purpose is to find creative ways of extracting and exploiting your personal data as well as location. But I'm not even fully sure what the full potential of these apps are, but let's just say that the future for the fast food industry...
Well, the full potential is increasing that 39% obesity to half. That's the potential. Like, they want to get people to eat more food. So if you know that's the goal, then it's pretty easy to work backwards from that. It's data mining too. Yeah, it's also data mining. Alinity got banned.
With this
I'll look
new
at it in a minute.
invasive tool in their arsenal. The app could literally be its own entire video, so we'll leave that for another time. But as we've seen, dark nudges are simple, tiny tweaks to your environment that alter your behavior in predictable ways. And each one of these individual nudges on their own are not really a big deal. Each one of them stands to only modestly affect your behavior. Certain nudges are more effective than others, and certain nudges may even backfire and not really.
Yeah, like I've had that happen where like if I see something and it's annoying to me, like a pop-up, I'm like now more against it than I would have been naturally. It takes me from neutral and it makes me aggressive or hostile.
Seen with drive-thrus, it's a laid out plan. You're being manipulated before you even hit the lots. And fast food companies are not the only people using behavioral science to get you to behave in a way that undermines your best interests. We live in unprecedented times where the entire world and its algorithms...
Everybody does that, including her, including me, including everyone. Behavioral science is just simply a manifestation of people learning how to sell. Like, this is a very simple thing. It's nothing that's actually, like, if you look at it on a fundamental level, it's something that everybody engages with constantly. It's kind of like, so you ever hear about like what's called like code switching? Whenever it's like somebody talks with one group of friends this way, but whenever they're with another group of friends, it's the other way. It's like Hillary Clinton, and she's like, well, yeah, this is why I think I'm the best person. And then whenever she's like in Tennessee, she's like, howdy, y'all. Well, I remember back whenever I was a youngin', and like that's code switching, right? And so, lock her up. Yeah, especially for that. Pokemon go to the fucking polls. And so, absolutely. But the truth is that everybody does this. It's seen as fake, but everybody does it. What, are you going to talk the same to your grandma that you're going to talk to your friends? Fuck no. Of course not. But, like, again, people, like, I think that one thing that people like to have in life is that they like to have like a very, very clear, like good and bad, like evil and good. They don't want to have like all this nuance, all this gray area, all this, oh, I don't know if that's true or this is true or what. And I think because of that, what ends up happening is that people try to push so far towards the simplicity of like these like dualities, like these invisible dualities.
Are trying to also.
It's called adapting. Yes, exactly.
Corporations are trying to exploit the mindless.
Yeah, you think the Kia boys talk to their parents the same way they talk to Andrew? Fuck no.
And its algorithms are trying to alter your behavior. Corporations
Absolutely.
are trying to exploit the mindless, impulsive parts of us to get us to eat more, scroll more, and buy more.
Yeah,
And
just like, again, like this YouTube video, right? Disturbing reality of drive-thrus. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like my channel, like we have used clickbait before. I'm not saying that we use it all the time. There would be some people who would say that, but I will say that we have used it before in the past. And the reason why people use clickbait is because it works. That's the reason. Are you telling me this game didn't change your life?
Powerful. If you don't consciously choose your life and your behavior, it will absolutely the world of corporations know it better than you yourself. The richest corporations have spent the last 15 years collecting sensitive personal data and using this data to learn the ways to alter our behavior in the way that best benefits them. But research shows that awareness, just being aware that there are psychological triggers at play, can help lessen the pull.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point, and that's why videos like this are really effective and useful. It's not that like these things are necessarily bad, but once you know that they exist, it gives you the ability to identify them whenever you're in front of them. Because the strongest and most effective types of tools like this are the ones that happen like kind of incognito, right? They happen and you don't know that they're happening.
So,
it's discernment, yeah.
And if you're unaware of how the majority of our food supply is made, you need to watch this video on ultra-processed food.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I know how my McDonald's food is made. It's made with love. And pink paste that somehow is coming from chickens. I don't know how that happens. But, you know, they've got those McNuggets, and they're pretty good. So, you know, what's the problem there? This is a really good video. Like, I think that she brought up a lot of really good points. Like, I'm not sure if I was 100% sure with, like, the menu, like, thing or anything like that. I don't know if I believe that. But everything else, I think, and even including that, like, it's important to be skeptical even with that. So even if it's not true, it's important to think about it as if maybe it could be, you know, and not rule it out. I think videos like this are really important because more and more people are, like, you're seeing the psychology of this become more and more refined. And that's why, for example, like, how many of you guys have played a gacha game before? And, yeah, how many people here don't have any self-respect? But how many people have played a gacha game before? And you can open up the menu, and you've never seen this game before in your life, but you can immediately tell exactly what everything is. Like, I can watch a game in Chinese, and I understand it immediately. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is that thing, this is the other thing. Okay, yeah, I know everything that's good. Yeah, to some degree, yeah, exactly. A lot of these systems, they work really well, and that's why people keep using them. The reason why these gacha places are using the same systems is because they work really well. And the same reason why game developers like Ubisoft use this system is because it works really well. Like, do you think Ubisoft would be making you pay $17 to get a $120 game if they weren't going to make money off of it in the long term? Do you really think that there was no market research put into this? Do you really think that, like, oh, they're like, oh, I don't know, let's just put it out there and see what people decide to do? No, there's a reason why they're doing this. These people that are making these marketing decisions, they're not stupid, man. They really know what they're doing, and they know how to fool hogs into going straight into the slaughterhouse themselves. You don't even have to push them in there. And that's what happens at McDonald's. That's what happens with games. That's what happens with gachas. That's what happens with everything. And so the more that people are aware of it, the more people are acknowledging it and they know that it's happening, the better. And I think that's really what the difference is. The marketing department's definitely full of sock puppets, as you so demonstrated. Oh yeah, there are definitely morons in every department. but I think that the people that are working the psychology for this are really smart. And I think also, like, because like this is another issue, is that with a lot of places, businesses have to continue growing exponentially in order for them to be seen as profitable stock markets and for investors. So,
Sačkaj sekundu, ne čujem ništa, puca se.
So what happens whenever population in a lot of places begin to stagnate? Like Japan, population stagnated. Places population stagnant, and sometimes even regressive. Well, if the population is always going up, you can always assume that you're going to have more customers naturally. That's just logically how it happens. And so, whenever that no longer happens, now you have to figure out more ways to make more money with the same people. And whenever that happens, then you get systems like this. And so there's going to be further optimization. And this will happen no matter what. But I do think that like a lot of like meta level things like population graphs, and like just general like consumer trends, like cultural shifts, etc. Like here's a big cultural shift. I think that now people care a lot more about social issues, like for example, Israel and Palestine. People care a lot more about that than they did 15 years ago. Outside of a big one like 9/11, like, you go back to the 90s, people weren't like hyper fixated on this shit. But nowadays, they're super focused on it. And what does that mean?
Gledaj Šta je sada? Aha, tu. Gdje si, pici?
Evo me.
Pa šta ima?
Ništa, evo. Zajebavam se s ovim YouTube-om.
Nemoj se zajebavati. Je završio? Nisi još završio?
Odgovor 16 video snimak je završen za manje od 7 dana.
Poroko možda i hoćeš.
Krenuo sam 27. Danas je treći, evo završao našli za 5 dana. Današnjim klipom 1, 2...
Aha.
7 komada, eto.
Dobro je, znači hoćeš biti završiti sve do sutra.
Kak je, druže, imaš 16 video snimak?
Zato sam ti rekao ranije da uzmaš to redovno, znači sedmično, posle 7 dana.
Pa trebao jesam, ali vidiš sad nisam i sad sam u govnima.
Da.
Njega sam laptop po 27.6. njega sam.
Da.
I ostavit ću ga noćas, to je još jedan klip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ne bez 6. Da, evo ga 8. klip se radi, pardon, 8. klip na pola puta. 8. klip i večeras je još jedan 9.
Dobro, znači, ali eto, trebao si na vrijeme to rješavati, jebiga. Ja to redovno, znači, ubacivam tako da non stop nikakve nema problema.
Zašto nisam htio da šane prvi klip? trajao bi mi možda 24 sata, ali ovaj put nije trajao jer nije nova godina. Jer sa novom godinom bila je opterećena ova mreža, kako se zove, znaš.
A,
I često mi internet prekidao, inače me prekidao internet. Pa sam obustavio to na duže staze. Objavljujem.
ne, da, razumijem ja to, da. A,
Htio sam odmah u februaru, ali eto nisam.
da, ja.
Jer evo sutra ću odmah da dođem da rešim samo nedeljne misije. I onda pauza da uđem u ponedeljak. Sreda, četvrtak da rešavam. Dobro, znaš kako? Ovo je zadnji klip, koliko mi traje, ne znam ovaj. Sat i 7 minuta, sat i 7 minuta trajalo je jedno, kako da ti kažem, malo duže od 12 sati da to objavim.
Ja,
Tako da i sutra, ovo večeras kad bude gotovo da ubacim klip, koliko je idući klip.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
everyone. Check the supplies and reorganize the shelter.
ništa
Ovaj klip
znači,
je 55 minuta, idući klip je 50 minuta, tako da i to će isto, znači večeras pustim 11 ili ponoć
da,
i sutra do 1 mogu da krenem da igram normalno.
da. De mi reci, znači sutra krećeš u 1 normalno.
Normalno bi trebao bi, ako ne i ranije, i reći sve zavisi koliko će da objavio ovih 50 minuta, nadam se.
Znaš šta mi se dešava?
Hm.
Ne mogu upaliti onaj VOT plus.
Ne,
Ugasili ga dok ga ne preprave, znači za 2 dana.
pa dobro. Meni tamo ističe 8.
Da,
Onaj osnovni paket.
pa onda ideš, znači premium paket, jel tako?
Onaj najosnovniji, nema šta dodatno za kustomizaciju i jedan
Ja.
point više u Battle Passu, nakon da ga završim ja to.
Da,
Ta jedan point bi jedno značilo, ako bi uzimo za ovaj, kako se zove bre, kako dođe neki maraton dugačak ili opet ako dođu, kao prošlo leto što je bilo u julu, kako se zove 2 Battle Pass odjednom za nedjelju dana. Onaj kako, ne znam se tad igrao, imao je Lara Croft i Duke Nuke.
aha, da. Ja, ono što jedu govna
50
sa
pa
tim.
40. Tako da je bilo je 90 Battle Passova i sad sreća stavio sam, bilo je knap.
Let's go.
Završio sam oba sebi, čak sam stigao i čkalje da završim kad moj brat umro. Kako se
Ja
zove, pa
to,
nije.
znam, ja. Ej, jao, je.
Tako da uspeo sam i treći
Let's
taj,
go.
on je stigao da ide 30 neki tako nešto. Pa rekao, ostalo je manje od 20, ja rekao sad ću ja 4 petica da bacim, znaš mene.
Da,
Bacim 4 peticu po 5-7 poena non stop, znači.
da, znam. Sad ideš ponovo, znači, tako. Ja vjerovatno sutra kada upale znači, kada posle ponovo ću uzeti sebi onaj mjesec premiuma pa krenuti u akciju. Znači, 3, malo 4, 5. Znači, lagano da uradim taj. Pa koliko budem tu, pa onda idemo dalje. Party memberi.
Prodaje se BMW 4 u savršenom stanju na prodaju za 25.000 evra. U automobilu nije pušeno, vlasnik je spreman za dogovor oko cene s ozbiljnim kupcem.
Da.
I kaže lik, žalosno u ovom autu nije bilo pušenja. BMW 4, pa dobro. Kad učiteljica sazna da 8. mart pada u nedelju.
Katastrofa. Bože.
Ne znam kad je pustio jednu igricu, došao, kaže, krenuo ono neka ona testiranja, tako to, ajde. Makar nešto, ajde.
Ja?
Pa, pustio mu, kaže, jedan, kako se zove, western igra, kako se zove, western, kako, jer kad je Red Redemption, ma jok, vrate, nešto mnogo bolje, šta ima bolje od toga, kako se zove. Našao sam mu kako se zove, to ću tebi da pustim kasnije.
Šta je rekao na to?
Zebancija bila, znači, shvatio on kad sam ja pustio.
Ajoj.
Wanted Wild Sluts.
Znači, Bože.
A je jeftin na Steamu našao. Nešto jeftino. Ja rekao, daj da uzem, vrate, jebem ti. Prišto sam sve. Ljević je vidi crevo ku konju.
Znači Bože.
Ja vrišti. A vrate, veli.
Šta je on rekao na to?
Crevo ku konju, vrate.
Dobar western.
Najbolji ikad.
Najbolji ikada, jel de? Jebote sunce.
Navala da se zahvališ, sada radi.
Ništa.
Nije pri novcu, siromašno. Ali nije siromašno kod nečeg drugog.
Let's go.
Šta smo rekli, znači? Idemo dalje, pobiti za budale. Story. Znači, Bož. Ništa, morat ćeš mi pustit kasnije da i ja vidim malo. Kako ovi westerni idu tu?
Je to.
Wild sluts.
Medalja se zove Beast, kaže opis za dobit medalju. Keep Ruby's mount busy with something more useful.
Ljeve, dragi.
Last longer than 30 seconds with Ida. Ohoho.
Ujebote, sunce, znači... Opasna igra.
This requires strong male hand. Kakav Red Redemption.
Najjači.
Ali tamo je to i kako se zove, jako ima tih. Tih kuća tamo ne može orijentirati. Ja rekao jebe mi. Ne može orijentirati. A rekao isto pravio GTA od ovih profesor, ja rekao jebote, po njih si makar mogo. Na divljem zapadu ne možeš, je rekao. Jes pošteni na divljem zapadu bili, jel?
Ja bog te.
Molim se, zakita. Bili pogodni, nisu psovali, nisu ubijali, nisu Nisu se opijali, jeli. Da mi prosto rekao da ode da živi tamo.
Ani čovječe, znaš ko te goni. Završimo misiju pa ćemo onda. Zombie. Lijepe, dragi. Čekaj, ali ona bila nešto, jel besplatna igra ili šta?
Mo nije bila na nekom popustu, značajnom popustu, 80-90%, pa rekao ja.
Pa ja.
Pa rekao, jel šta, za koji se to tube snima, jeli, za onaj red ili je?
Zataj.
Niti tu možda se okači.
Let's go.
I tu napravimo na ovo.
Pa nešto, napravit ćemo nešto. No dobro, ja mislim da ti možeš i ovdje to namjestiti, samo moraš staviti ono 18+.
I cenzuru ne može, cenzura mora. Znam za Cyberpunk, provjereno kako...
To je to, znači 18+.
Ne, cenzuru u vidu zamagljeno toga. Znam za Cyberpunk, ja ti govorim za Cyberpunk, gdje otvoreno imaš, aj kažemo da šetaju ribe, ne znam, gole tako neke scene vamo tamo i...
Dobro, i mora ide skroz da se napravi onaj.
Imaš čak i u postavkama igre da je to zamućeno, kako se zove.
Aha, pa napraviš odmah zamućeno, snimiš tako i čao zdravo.
Ovdje nema tog zamućeno, ovo je baš...
Ja, ovo je baš ono, znači konkretno zato igra takva je.
To, da, onda su morali da zamute, kako se zove.
Ja.
Jebote, dokle se dovoraš, tako da je to, ne znam šta će da vidi. Ajde da razumijem da onog kolju, pa ne smiju.
A
ne smiješ više ni krv, brate, i kad ide krv, kako se zove, moraju na sivo ono da ide.
Ma vidio sam, znači sad ide sve gore i gore.
Znači, ja rekao, jebo ti to.
Idemo, nivo sam dobio.
Pa se oni na Bliskom istoku rokaju, brate. Nema šta.
Samo ja.
Čuo za onaj, šta je bilo u Crnoj Gori za onaj slučaj procurili video snimci i tako to.
Zašta?
To je bila neka u ministarstvu.
Ne.
Tih ministara.
Ministarke?
Nemam pojma, znači nija šta je u Crnoj Gori, nisam pratio.
Dobro.
A ispod sad seksualni skandal, kako se...
Ma, nisam vidio. Šta je bilo?
Ma ništa, isprivale poruke, isprivao video snimak, da se ona s tim nekim švalerisala.
Dobro to, jel
ona
neko
isto u prethodnom mandatu bila na nekoj visokoj poziciji sad.
Aha, okej. Jel ovaj neko ubiven?
Niko nije.
Ma ja sam čuo za... What the fuck?
Pajković, sad da kažem. Pitajte druga Pajković.
Da. Ma ne, rekao,
druga
eno,
Pajković.
u Americi je završila ženska, znači,
Dobro.
samo zapalila se.
Mirjana Pajković, bivša državna sekretarka i čelnica direktora u Ministarstvu za ljudska i manjinska prava. Posljednjih nedjelja nalazi se u centru pažnje regionalne javnosti zbog intimnih snimaka koji su se pojavili, zbog kojih je pokrenula više krivičnih postupaka.
Ja.
I se još nekim se tim likom posvađala.
Na domaćinski.
Oženje nešto.
Ja.
Evropski, sad bi napravila svoju partiju pod nazivom X. Evropski korak slobode. Ili stranka Evropskog koraka slobode, skraćeno kazala.
Aha.
Evropskog koraka. Kaže, naime, voditelj je pokazala masku mačke koju nosila na snimku u kom se posjetili mjesec dana mnogo gore. Ovo je baš... domaćin.
Da.
A gdje je snima da vidimo kako stoji mačka, da procenimo. Ili ovaj Instagram da ja vidim. Mirjana Pajković. Pa i nije nekad sada tu, pa ne, nije baš da je neka riba u pitanju, a...
Sada, to je sve diskutabilno.
Da im velimo u nekom kupačem kostimu da vidimo šime raspolaže, razumno.
Ti
Čekaj da je ovo malo još ispustim. Kažem, ne vidim snimke sa mora, kako se zove.
Aha.
Pa nema. Ti ima privatna, ali snimci se prave.
Pa ne znam, znači ako negdje ispadnu, onda je...
Vidimo je kakve grudi ima, tako to ovdje uvijek nešto kao zakopčeno strogo, vamo, tamo, vamo. Se snimaju snimci iza. Dolazi za Beograd, kad bude ponovo dolazi da je pitam. Gdje je taj video snim?
Da.
Ili da pravimo novi video snimak?
Obavezno.
Može da se mesi, ajde nije da ne može još. Snimo na Instagram. Evo, podržava pedere, kao na ovoj manjinska prava.
Ona?
Pa to ti kažem, za manjinska prava, oni su kao neka manjina sad pa.
Aha. A ne, zato mora dodatno da obezbedi njegov glas. Gdje si ti lik?
Dobro jutro svima nama koji se borimo protiv fašizma, rasizma i ksenofobije. Uje.
No što bi se borili protiv toga? To su baš dobri bili poslovi.
Pogotovo slikar je bio najbolji.
Ja.
Jašnjava razliku između zajma i krivičnog djela zelenaštvo 26. januar 25.
Ja.
Hotel
Oliver
se
je
negdje brzo.
levelovo se, ja, 19.
Evo i putuje u maju mjesecu 24. bila u Hagu.
Opa.
I tamo pederis, tamo se slika. Ujebate. A mani se tih pederi naći. Da nije ovog snimka misli bi da je lezbijka, jel?
Znam.
Direktorica Direktorata za unapređenje i zaštitu ljudskih prava i sloboda Ministarstva ljudskih i manjinskih prava optužila je savjetnika predsjednika države da ju je pretio.
Aha.
Dejan Vuksić. Okačila dopisivanje, da vidimo kako je u Malti bila. Predstavljala Montenegro, vidi u Malti. Ovdje je slikala nogice na bosu.
Da ne? Imaš neki fetiš na to?
Ma ja, gledam sad čime raspolaš.
Aha. Čisto da se zna.
Brooklyn, New York City, ujebote. Nema šta, čekaj da vidimo što može se sejva ovdje od tih fotki. To sam uzao isto. Na godinu dana platu. Neograničeno sejvovanje bilo čega s Instagrama.
Aha.
Preko dodatne aplikacije. Mislio sam da je neki kao skin imamo tamo, ali imaju oni preko Google Play moraju da imaju sve, pročitao sam.
Da.
U vrstu zaštita za, ako bilo šta uzimaš, kupuješ zaštitu za podatke.
Aha, da.
Preko Google Play.
Da li je preko Google-a ili preko njihovog nekoga?
Pa i preko njihovog, ali Google to mora da odobri, u smislu Google Play prodavnica.
Aha, aplikaciju, da.
A evo je upačio Google.
I evo te sunce.
Gdje je odjela? Evo više fotografije. Krv i al. Šta god. Vidi u Dubaju što bila u martu 23. više neće.
Poslovno, jel?
Na račun firme. Na račun ministarstva
Da.
Crne Gore.
Pa da. Pa nego će na svoj račun ići.
Na račun preduzeća.
Ko je?
Šajić, legenda. Ili ne račun, pa ne jesi čurka Sađo. Srećujem se zbog sebe, nego zbog preduzeća. Piši profil. Sad jesi čurka. Kaže, sređen se radi sebe, nego radi preduzeća.
Ko je? Može, baš.
Pišemo da kod meni ima 100% diskrecija. Ali nije to, nisam oženjen, brate, nisam oženjen, nemam djecu, pa nije to, nije to.
Da.
Zato sam da vole ove oženjene, koji nekako im draže.
A nije to, to je više stvar je, znači da je on na takvoj poziciji da može to da traži od nje, da bi ona zadržala poziciju. Ujevo te sunce. Napokon. Prejak je Našao sam na nekog prejakog zobija. Dalje pucaj čoveče u njega. Jes. I, znači tako ima potencijala.
Let's go.
Go, here I go, here you go, here you go, here I go. What the fuck loading? Ali evo je, sada sam opet pukao. Tako znači. Jo, je.